put this one together for you. How
Okay.
to set up your Instagram for your coaching brand, even if you're 51 and just starting out. This in the background, this is going to be your lovely Thailand villa, probably at some point, maybe.
Yeah, fucking. I wish. I hope.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Right, so we have pen, paper, everything you need. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So why this matters, right? If you really want to help people, they need to trust you first. Instagram is your shop window. It's the first impression of your knowledge, your purpose, and your story. Your Instagram decides whether people take you seriously or whether people just scroll past. So profile picture. Oh fuck. Profile picture. Right. So it must be a clear headshot. No filters, no gym selfies. It can't be anything like this. This is a shit example. He's a fitness coach with 1,000 followers, but this picture, you can barely see his face. It's basically like a scenic picture. It's shit. People
Yeah.
aren't going to click his profile and think that he's a figure of authority, that he's trustworthy, and that he just represents authority. This person here, you don't need to be smiling like a dickhead in front of a yellow background like this, right? Just something that is clear, has a clean background, and has good lighting on your face. This, even if this one was way more zoomed in, see it's
Mm.
terrible lighting on his face. He's shirtless on the edge of a boat. That's not what you want. You don't have to go out your way and take professional headshots. You know, you could potentially use old bodybuilding pictures and just take a picture from like here on up. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter as long as it clearly shows who you are. This is very important because, say, for example, someone's scrolling through profiles or someone's scrolling through story views or whatever else and they see your profile picture. This will stand out. If you're sat there scrolling through your Instagram story views, this one will blend in with everyone else. This one will stand out. The
Yeah.
main takeaways from this is very important. Good lighting on your face, clear headshot, clean background, nothing overcrowded like this. But once more, it doesn't have to be overly professional, but it's just the simplicity of it. The cleanness, the fact that you can clearly see his face, that is what makes this one good. And clearly he's got 500,000 followers, so he's doing something right.
Yeah.
Next one, your bio setup. So it must be simple and direct with 3 lines max. The first line should be who you help. The second line should be what problem you solve, and the third should be a call to action. So look over here, we've got this one. This guy's bio is fucking everywhere. Metabolic health and fitness coach, Mumbai, strength, yoga, meditation, unlock your body's full potential, DM for one-to-one coaching. People are going to see that and they're going to think, what the fuck? This is overwhelming. I don't even really know what this guy does. Does he do metabolic health and fitness coaching? And what even is metabolic health and fitness coaching? Does he do strength, yoga, meditation? What does unlocking your body's full potential even mean? Who does he provide these services for? You don't know. And that's why he's got such little followers and low engagement on his page. But his is slightly different because he's got many client testimonials. But if you look here, very clearly, this is who he helps. These are the type of results he gets. And a call to action, which is to his next business, right? So
Yeah.
a normal call to action would be something like a guide or a link. You're familiar with this. A little example here. So, you know, obviously this is just something I quickly put together, but helping men over 40 use gear safely and become carnivore. Bodybuilder, 41 years of experience, DM Carnival for free starter advice. This does not have to be followed like gospel, but this is a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, this clearly says not just who you help, but also what problem you solve, right? It doesn't clearly go into why carnival is good for you or why you need to practice using gear safely. However, it does explain to people what you do. It does explain to people sort of your expertise and your area of knowledge. And this one here, this reinforces you as a figure of authority. You know, you're a bodybuilder with 41 years of experience. People will see this at a glance. If he had here, right, I help men get jacked. 41 years of experience. People go, wow, he knows his shit. But he
Yeah.
probably hasn't because he looks a lot younger. And then call to action, DM Carnivore for free starter advice. You don't even have to have your ebook together. You could just
Yeah.
put that people DM you Carnivore. You can say to them, you know, yeah, so man, do you have any questions about Carnivore or anything like that?
Mm.
They go, yeah, my questions are X, Y, Z. Give them advice. That is a call to action within itself. And then now, the actual call to action itself. So let's go to here first. So the call to action, it is something that connects people to you, not just your content, right? So it's something that encourages people to start a conversation with you, encourages people to engage with you directly and work on building that connection with you. That is so incredibly important if you want to provide a coaching service, if you want to help people one to one. you must get them to build a connection as soon as possible. And it also gives you an avenue to transition into a soft pitch. If I were to message you, I were to DM you the word carnivore, right? And then you start having a conversation with me about the carnivore diet. That's
Yeah.
opened up a really good avenue for you to direct the conversation in a way where you can then lead it to naturally pitching me your support, your offer, your guidance on carnivore diet,
Yeah.
right? Because the call to action, it's not just having a conversation for the sake of it. It's encouraging people to engage further with you beyond just commenting or liking your content.
Yeah.
So it can be many things. You know, your call to action once more. It can just be DM for questions, right? But it can also be a YouTube with longer form content that builds trust with your audience. That's what I'm doing. It could be a WhatsApp broadcast channel where every day you put in one piece of advice. It could be a free guide like you intended to do. There are
Yeah.
so many things that could be call to actions. You know, so it's incredibly important that a call to action is in your bio. And if you hear me referencing call to action at other point in time, it is not even just these things. A call to action is essentially just encouraging your audience to connect with you further through different means, more than just liking or commenting on your post. By the
Okay.
way, what I was setting up before this is I was recording the whole call. So if there's any questions, whatever, there is the whole call recording. Also, there's an AI inside the call right now that's taking notes. You'll be able to look at it easily. So don't
Yeah.
feel like a little intricate
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. To be honest, I'm like, fuck.
It's all right. It's all right. That's what I was trying to sort out. Right. So the content strategy. You need two types of content. I've tried to touch on this briefly, but the two types of content are talking head value videos and visual reach videos. Both of these do two different things. Visual power brings reach. Pretty sure that's meant to say visual videos, whatever. So visual brings reach, right? These videos are 5 to 10 seconds long. They start with a visual hook, something that stops the scroll instantly. So say, for example, it could be a start of a video of you doing a front double bicep, right? And then it cuts to you walking into the light and begin the pose again. So say, for example, right, I were to post a 10-second video of me shadowboxing,
Yeah.
okay? And the first 3 seconds of the video are me walking up to the bag, getting ready to start boxing. If I left that as the first 2 seconds of the video, people's attention is fucking fried. They would lose interest after a second or two and scroll to the next video.
Mm.
So what you need to do is you need to ensure you're getting the point of the video at the start, and then sort of trying to think how to word this. Right. So have you ever watched a film, right, and it shows you like a chase scene or something really intense, and then it flashes back and it shows you how it led up to that scene?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you mean.
That is
So,
that is
uh,
essentially what you do.
yeah. So if you were doing this, your boxing, you'd throw the punch first, and then go back to the beginning, and then you getting ready to do the punch.
Yeah, so what it does is it encourages the viewer to find out how you got there. So,
Yeah.
for example, a few of my videos where they're talking head videos, once I finish recording the video, I'll cut out a small section from midway through where I'm saying something really outrageous that makes them think, how has he got to this point? And it will
Yeah.
do that. And like, say for example, it's a clip and the video starts me saying, I hate fat bitches, and then it cuts. And then it goes into a video of me saying, you know what, I think in today's day and age, the amount of women that let themselves go is really dark and blah 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 blah. And then I eventually lead up to I hate fat bitches. Right?
Yeah.
The whole premise is I've hooked them and I've encouraged them to want to understand how I've got to that point. So
Yeah.
this is something you can do really simply in editing apps. I can show you. I know I put here, you know, I can make a separate 30-minute video, but that's too in depth. I could teach you in a minute or two in a separate video. It wouldn't take long. It's really easy for you to do from your phone. Really
Okay.
easy. Even my grandma would be able to do it, and that says something. She can't even remember what she had for breakfast this morning, right? And then here we have talking head value videos, similar to the ones you've been practicing. In these, it's important you do these three things. One, obviously, as a hook, we mentioned previously, these hook, right? So you must hook them. I've already discussed this with you on WhatsApp, wherein it must sound like you're starting your sentence halfway through. So if you start a video and you say, "Hi, I'm Gary. I'm a truck driver. I'm a carnivore, and you know, carnivore is really good for me because it did X, Y, Z." And you know, I have a lot of people come to me and they ask this question, and people ask me, you know, does carnivore diet help you out? Carnivore diet helped me out with a lot with arthritis. I would just start that video by saying, carnivore diet helped me out with so much with arthritis. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
You must cut out as much filler words as you can at the start, because once more, you need to remember that everyone's brain that is watching your content is fried. The very
Mm.
start of the video is the most important, right?
Okay.
So you need to cut out filler words at the start. you need to make sure that it kind of sounds like you're in the middle of what you're saying. So say, for example, I don't know. So I say, for example, I was going to say to you, you need two pieces of content, because you need content that's going to bring reach and content that's going to bring trust. Talking head content builds trust by da 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 da. I would just say talking head content builds trust by da 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 da. You just need to cut out as much words as you can at the start, and then the actual premise of the video should be this. You should answer one question. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't always have to be this way, right?
Yeah.
Some videos can just be you just talking shit about whatever. But if you want them to be structured and you want them to build trust and value, then you must answer a question and you must bring a truth, right? So
Yeah.
you also need to end with a clear call to action. Right, so once more, follow or DM me for more real advice on safe use. DM me if you have any more questions about carnivore diet. Follow me if you want to see more videos of me talking shit in a lorry. Doesn't matter, but you just have to encourage them to engage further with your content. To go back to one of our previous points, call to actions are so important, because without that, your audience doesn't feel compelled to engage with you beyond the video. They'll watch the video, maybe like it, scroll off. But if they watch the video and you've encouraged them to DM you or follow you or look at another video, a few select amount of them people are going to go onto your page and they're going to do what they've been told, right? Because they did like you and they felt like they're almost invited. They feel privileged in a sense.
Yeah.
Right. So in these types of videos, an example could be, if I were to do a video about content, I could answer a question, which is, what type of content is most important? Both of these two types of content are just as important, but a lot of people feel like you should just focus on just building trust and value. DM me if you want some more advice on the actual way you should be pushing content out. I've just answered a question, I've taught a quick truth, and I've also ended with a call to action. Right, so this is important for building trust and authenticity and showing that you can actually bring value to these people and you can actually teach them stuff. And these videos, they're very short intentionally, and they're meant to be something that visually engage you at the start. Could just be a video of you posing with music on, could just be a basic video of you working out, could be a video where you set your phone up in the kitchen and you're just cooking a steak and 12 eggs.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want it to be, just something that is short and encourages people to watch, because these shorter videos, people watch them for longer as long as the start of the video is a hook.
Yeah.
Say the video is 10 seconds long and the first 3 seconds of the video are a really good hook. So people have already watched the first 3 seconds. They're probably going to watch at least another 3 seconds. So now they've watched over half the video, which means the algorithm is going to be told, oh, people are liking this video of Gary's. I'm going to push this video out to more people. So these videos here are not designed to get more views. These videos here are not designed to get loads of followers, loads of engagement. These videos are to build trust with the few people that watch them and to build trust with your existing audience and proof that you know your shit. These videos' sole purpose is to encourage more people to watch your videos and to get more eyeballs on your page, right?
Yeah.
So say, for example, if you post 30 of these videos and the highest performing one gets 2,000 views, which is difficult on a talking head video, right? It's not impossible at all. I've got many views on my talking head videos, but it's harder to get more views with this. But if you posted 15 of these videos and 15 of these videos, and these videos collectively got 100,000 views, these people are then going to go onto your page and watch these videos, in which case they're going to then like your content and then follow you and then keep up with this type of content, which is what really matters. Yeah? So, once more, visual power brings reach, talking head content builds trust. You need both. Important post to pin. So the 2 to 3 key videos that you should have on your profile. You must have an introduction video. Know, right? So these 3 things we're going to come back to in a second. Know, like, trust. But that's a separate point. You must explain who you are, what you help with, but keep it story based, not like a CV, right? So it mustn't sound like you're trying to sell them as to why you know your shit. You mustn't sound like you're at a job interview. You must sound like you're just sharing your story and making them feel like they can relate. So once more, example could be, I used steroids wrong for years and here's what I learned. Blah, 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 blah. Or I ate like shit for years and here's what I learned. And if you made one of these introduction videos, I would happily help you edit it, because it doesn't take me over. If you made one of these videos and you were talking about, I was fed lies for many years. I was told that carbs were good for you, but and then I can overlay pictures of what you look like when you were doing when you had loads of carbs, because the videos, your face looks more puffed up, you look bigger, but you don't look as healthy as you look now.
No, you're watery.
podcast. And that will mean that anyone that comes onto your profile will instantly build that kind of familiarity with you. They'll feel like they know you, right? This one, trust. So something that builds authority. So it could be safest way to start your first cycle, something that educates people, something that shows them you're clearly in shape. You've been doing this for a long time. Know what you're talking about. This guy here, this is the guy with 500,000 subscribers, no followers, right? This is a video introducing him. No, this is a video introducing him, right? This video here is a video of him giving value, yeah?
Yeah.
And this video here is a slideshow of a bunch of videos and pictures of his journey from start to finish, which is this transformational proof which makes people like you. So something visual that shows your credibility, your physique, your energy, your confidence, just something that makes people feel like they've seen some of your journey. So I know you don't have many pictures from when you first started going to the gym, but if you had videos and pictures of when you were eating loads of carbs, the type of food that you used to eat then, any pictures of dieting or meal prep, any picture of you prepping for shows, I can overlay text on them and I can put like, say for example, it's a picture of you really lean before a show. I can put text on it that says, I used to think eating, really low calories and whatever else for months on end just to get visible abs for a few weeks was the way to go. And then it can be a next slide and it can say, and now I have abs all year round while eating however much I want. That is still showing transformation and proof that the stuff you're talking about actually helps people, which is exactly what he's done here. So all of this, trust is so important because in sales, and one thing everyone's always preached to me is people only buy from people they feel like they know, they like, and they trust. People will not buy from you if you don't have these two things. If people don't feel like they know who you are, they don't feel like they like who you are, and they don't feel like they trust who you are, they are never going to buy something you're selling. Which is why every single step of this process is so incredibly important because it establishes that familiarity. It establishes that authority and that idea in their head that you know what you're talking about, and it makes them feel like they trust you and that they could potentially invest money into you because they trust that you're going to get them results you want to get. So these type of videos should be pinned at the top of your page. Next one. Stories and highlights. You must post short stories daily to show personality. Training clips, meals, thoughts, videos of you talking behind the scenes. You must make highlight bubbles for start here, advice, training, carnival life, Q&A. Not every one of these is necessary. This is just me giving you some examples in case you say you don't know, right? But these, if you just post 5 stories a day, it won't take you longer than 5 minutes. You can post a video of you talking to the camera. You could post, actually, we get into that more in the next slide, so I'll leave that for now. But your stories build the relationship that your videos start. So within sales, you have a prospect here, and this is where you meet the prospect, and this is where the prospect closes and where you sell them, right?
Yeah.
There's all these little steps along the way, and if you're not already familiar with this, is the nurturing process, right? So from a prospect not buying your stuff to then giving you money, there's a nurturing process. That nurturing process for you and for anyone doing coaching or offer, same as with me, you're going to see by watching this video and understanding the psychology behind why I do what I do, you're going to understand why I post the stories I post, why I post the videos I post. Because every single one of these things is a step of the nurturing process. If you post a video every day and you're posting 5 stories every day, there's going to be at least a few people that see these stories you post every single day. And every single day, little by little, they feel like they trust you more, they know you more. They start to feel like they know who you are before they even do, right? And that's why all this stuff's important. Start here. This is kind of like more of an introduction. Talks a little bit about what you do, whatever else. Advice. Could just be videos of you talking to the camera, giving advice. Doesn't have to be polished. Just whatever. Training, carnival life, Q&A, whatever. Right, next one. So stories are your mini TV show. Stories are not random posts. They're your daily show. You're not just updating people, you are letting them into your life. Show what you eat. Show your pump after training. Show yourself in the lorry. Show the chaos, the traffic, the bad drivers, even your rants about the UK government. It's the mix of discipline, humor, and real life that keeps people hooked and keeps people wanting to know more about what you do. You want followers to feel like they know you, and over time, they'll start checking your stories every single day because they feel part of your world. Occasional call to actions also. This is a perfect example. So pretty sure you know who this is.
Yeah, that ginger guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coach.
So look,
Yeah.
these types of stories. My first and only meal of the day. He's talking about what his meal is. He's showing a picture. And here's a mini
That's
call
a
to
fucking
action.
lot of food for one day. For
That
his
is,
first meal.
that is. But look, reply to this story. This is a little call to action here, right? Just little stories like this every single day because it shows your life. Even if you don't know what to post, if you just posted a picture of every single meal you eat in a day, and you detail what the meal is,
Yeah.
that is it within itself. Obviously, I would recommend being a bit more diverse, but still.
Yeah.
Once more, I don't know if you know what this is, Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
What happens to Big Brother? People that aren't in the show and that are watching online, they get this weird attachment to the people that are on the show, right? Because they see these people's daily life and they start to grow attached to these people. They start to feel like they know who these people are. They start to feel like they actually understand, these people,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And henceforth, you need to recreate your own Big Brother show. So like me, I get around 300 to 400 story views each time I post, right? And the same people always react or reply. And that's proof that consistency builds connection. I have like the same 20 to 50 people that whenever I post stories, they like them, they reply,
Yeah.
because these are my small, I've got nearly 2,000 followers. These are a small amount of people that have built a connection to me through my stories, right? And I post 5 to 10 times a day on stories, right? People don't just follow your advice, they follow your energy, and you can't convey that in every single video. Stories are just another way to once more give them a glimpse into your life so they can get this type of Big Brother kind of connection. Yeah?
Okay.
Your stories are where they fall in love with who you are, right? So I want you to do this now. I want you to sit and think, and I want you to tell me 5 stories you could post from an average day in your life.
Getting up early in the morning at 3 o'clock. Getting my ass into the gym at 3 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Obviously, first meal. Doing a full day's work.
Yep.
And finally sitting down.
Exactly. There are so many things you could do, but so many people try and say, "Oh, I wouldn't know what to post." But your life is what you post. A lot of people they go wrong here because they overcomplicate it. A lot of people here they go wrong because they have this belief that their stories need to be this really polished thing, and I've been guilty of this in the past. Now I just post my life. I post whatever the fuck I want to post because the people that like it and the people that like me, it's going to deepen their connection with me. I posted a picture earlier of the start of the intro to the show Succession. Show I've just started watching. Great show. That's got nothing to do with what I do, but it's something that people that know me and like me is going to deepen their connection to me. People that may not even have that much of a connection to me, but they like Succession, the show, and they follow me. They're now going to think, oh, I actually kind of relate to Neo. I kind of like Neo. I'll ask you this question now. Who is everyone's favorite person in this world?
It's a fucking question and a half, isn't it? I
I
don't
think
like my mum. I don't like my mum.
No. The answer is everyone's favorite person in this world is themselves, right? Within sales,
Everyone's who?
everyone's favorite person is themselves, right?
Okay.
People like people who are like them. Even you and I, right? Like if I was polarizingly different to you, and I painted my nails and I dressed up in skirts.
Oh fuck me! Yeah, you won't have a day.
Yeah, but I talk like you. I sound like you. We have the same humor. Like the relatability between you and I is something that deepens our connection. It's the same with anything in life. In sales, when people get on high ticket sales calls, right, where they're selling something that's 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 pounds, they're always instructed to almost be like a chameleon, right?
Yeah.
Act like that person, right? Because people always like their favorite person. Right?
Yeah, I know
People
what you
always
mean.
like people that like themselves, right?
Yeah.
So what you're doing by just posting your authentic life is the people that are like you are gonna really fucking like you. They're gonna feel like they really know you. They really trust you because they relate to you, right? So even if you get 20 story viewers, but just one of them people likes what you talk about, they get up to go to the gym early, they want to start the carnivore diet. That person's gonna really like you, and henceforth they're gonna want to buy into what you have to offer. Right? Once more, this is a slow nurturing process. You could be posting 5 stories a day for a month, Someone that watches stories every day, after a month, they might be like, you know what, I feel like I really know Gary now. I'm gonna have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Right? It's something that's constantly nurturing prospects and bringing them towards actually selling them.
Mm.
Polarity and personality, right? So obviously we have Andrew Tate here because he is arguably one of the most polarizing people online, right?
Yeah, I agree
Very
with you.
one extreme or the other. You are naturally polarizing, so use it. People don't follow safe voices, they follow truth that they can feel. Look at people like Andrew Tate. People may not agree with everything he says, but you believe that he believes it. You
Yeah.
believe that he believes what he says. And that is power. So you don't seem like the type of person to ever do so, but don't ever water yourself down to avoid backlash or because you want to protect your online image. Because I did that for a while as well. I thought, you know, I've got to be careful posting online, whatever else. No, because your polarity is what actually gets you traction. People
Yeah.
don't like people that are in the middle. People don't like people that are kind of on the fence. They like someone that's either this extreme or this extreme. Right?
Yeah.
Just anchor everything you say in honesty and logic, not ego, and just be very distinct. So this bit's very important. Say for example, if you're saying something very polarizing, right, and you're making a story about, say for example, something like the UK government,
Yeah.
or vaccines or homosexuality, whatever it may be, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? But as long as you explain why your opinion is your opinion and you explain your logic behind it, your thought process, and you're just being honest, you will find people resonate with that. However, it becomes an issue where when it seems like you're just being an arrogant cunt. Obviously,
Yeah.
once more, like there's a middle ground between the two.
Mm.
Be a little bit of both, but as long as you're not presenting yourself as just this ego-driven guy that is just, you know, a knob, and you're
Yeah.
presenting yourself as someone that has a really strong opinion but has honest logic behind it, this is what
Yeah.
people will gravitate towards.
Okay.
Polarity attracts attention, but authenticity keeps respect. And people can tell when you're being authentic. So the next steps, and I want you to write this stuff down. The
Okay.
most important thing to do first is finalize your profile picture and bio. Once more, you are going to have the call recordings, so you're going to be able to see the next steps. You're going to be able to see all the advice step by step. It will be in little sections, so it's going to be easier for you to understand what you need to do in an actual list. But these are the 5 things you need to do now over the weekend. Obviously, you said that you wanted to get some stuff done over the weekend, so that's
Yeah.
why we've put it together now. This is going to be incredibly important for you to actually establish a foundation for your offer. And then from that point onwards, you can start fixating on, okay, now all I need to do is consistently get content out and to think about how I'm actually going to provide my service, which are
Yeah.
both very easily solvable. These steps here, everything we've discussed today, is the fundamentals that you need to start online, to start growing your brand, to start
Yeah.
building an offer. And these 3 things here are the things that so many people overcomplicate. They're the things that so many people get caught up on, or they spend too long on, or they procrastinate on, which is why I want to make this for you, because I don't want you to talk yourself out of it. I don't want you
Yeah.
to, you know, go on YouTube and search up and think everything has to be perfect, whatever else. No,
Yeah.
this is what I know from my lived experience and also the other people that I know are successful. And once more, you must not wait to feel ready, because momentum will teach you faster than plan never could.
Yeah.
Now, once more, tie it back into a metaphor, you know. What's
Yeah.
better? For a month, doing research on the best diet, the best workout plan, everything else, or just going to the gym for a month with no clue of what you're doing, just picking up weights and lifting them?
Yeah.
You know the answer to that question.
Picking up fucking weights.
Exactly. To start picking up the weights, get all this done over the weekend. As soon as it's done, as you can see
Yeah.
here, post one short visual video this week, and then start recording talking head videos daily and start posting them. Start posting stories. None of this will take you long, right?
Yeah.
You could do all of this in less than 10 minutes, right? So, you know, it's what's the word? I've tried to make it as little resistance as fucking hell, I can't speak, as there could possibly be. These
Yeah.
things here, right? These here, these will take you. If we're excluding how long it takes to think about, you know, a profile picture and a bio, how long
Yeah.
it takes to try and find a picture, these will take 5 minutes. These won't
Yeah.
take long at all, right?
Yeah.
These here, you know, content for a week. For example, the visual videos I talked about. If you were to post 3 of them a week or 4 of them a week, right? You
Yeah.
could take all the videos in one day in the space of about 5-10 minutes, and then you could just post one every day.
Yeah.
It's literally less than 10 seconds long. These ones here, talking head videos. Once more, you can batch this every week. If you don't want to record videos every day, or you want to record videos every day, but some days you might not be asked,
Yeah.
then just film loads in one go. You know, I used to film like 5 to 10 videos in one go. I would sit there, and when I had loads of energy, I would just record these videos back to back to back to back to back. And it
Yeah.
gave me so much ammunition to post consistently, right? Because what is way more important than perfection and getting everything right is just consistency. So you need
Yeah.
to make it as easy as you possibly can to be consistent. So that obviously entails batching content if it makes sense to you, or if not, just make sure you're posting every day. Stories, once more, this will take you hardly long at all, you know, whatsoever. So that's not really something you need to think about. And then once these things are done, then you can go back onto the PowerPoint. You can look at the other stuff. You can go through here. You can have a little look again. You'll spend time. I'll send you the PowerPoint. Right, you can use this as a reference. You
Yeah.
can go through here. You can think of, okay, what call to action would actually be the best for me to do. You can go through here. You can think, okay, well, look, you know, how exactly can I do this? Okay, there's this example here. Okay, I can maybe do this, maybe do this. Okay, let's go here. Okay, 2, 3 key videos. Okay, you know what? You know, I'm in a flow. I've been posting content every day. I've been posting stories. You know what? This today after work, I'm gonna make this introduction video. You know, in a few days' time, I'm gonna go through my camera and I'm gonna find old videos of me training, old videos of me where my diet was loads of carbs, and I'm gonna put content together to make this video, right? Value video. You know, next Saturday, you know, I'm gonna do this video, and then you're gonna have these 3 sets. And then by the time that you've gone through this whole PowerPoint, you've done the highlights, you've been posting stories, you've been posting reels. Within 2 weeks' time, you're gonna feel like a completely different person, and you are gonna feel as proud as yourself as I feel of you.
Hmm.
So, thank you for coming to my TED talk. That is all.
My head's froze. I'm smiling, but
I can't.
on my screen, I just look like I'm asleep or
I
dead.
can't. I can't see. I don't know. Wait. Let me.
Hmm.
I can see you now. I
Is
can
my
see
head
you.
moving?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not moving on
Yeah.
mine. Mine's completely fucking still.
No, you're moving on mine. I can see your head. Yeah.
No. Oh, no, oh. No, fuck knows. It's, I don't know.